Hello everyone and welcome back to Timberborn. This is episode 30 of the Rigger Ridge series. We are only one day away from having released one video every day for the month of December. This has been an awesome experience and I hope that you guys have enjoyed all the videos so far. In the last episode we did a few things, including we got the water storage completely set up for Valley High, and we also expanded our storage over here in Mountainville with this extra large warehouse for bread plus another large water tank. And we're also in the process of setting up a third district. You can see that we have started filling almost all these warehouses over here with food, and soon we will be sending some beavers over to start their own new district. And we are also at the very beginning of a bad tide. It is 8 days long, not the longest bad tide that we've experienced. Today I want us to get another mini reservoir set up because I want us to be able to keep pumping water during the drought. But the thing is that we don't really want to pump from any of these places in Mountainville because they all provide green space for the trees and the crops. So what we're going to do is make a reservoir within this reservoir. So the way that I want to do that is we're going to set up an outline around here out of levees, and then that is going to then have some spillways that leads into this outer ring. And so even if we pump the water on the inside, this outer ring should not be affected. And we do currently have some showers right here. We may need to remove those in the future, but we will wait and see for that. First, we're going to get the bone set up for this new reservoir. And we're going to make this go all the way up to the top. So this is kind of what I'm thinking for the outline of the reservoir. So we'll have this ring out here, and that will make sure that all these crops and trees don't get impacted by if this center area gets pumped dry. I'm doing so much clicking getting all this set up, but there we have it. And the beavers should be able to construct all this. We'll just need to get some paths to make sure that they can reach everything. And if we don't want to run into the same problem that we have run into before on this mega reservoir over here, then what we can do is get some scaffolding set up so that they can start constructing more than just the more than just one row at a time, because we will probably have the water pumpers over on this side, so we may as well get the platform set up right here. And the nice thing about these large water pumps is that they go a little bit deeper than the regular water pumps. So they go 4 tiles deep, whereas the normal water pumps only go 2 tiles deep, I believe. Yeah, only 2 tiles. But we can go ahead and pause these for now, but they should be able to work on all of this. So with that, we can let the building commence, and we'll see how long it takes them since they're starting at the beginning of the bad tide. It looks like we do have some more pine resin that is available for collecting, and it does look like adding these few rows of trees has been enough to help increase the capacity. We're up to 76. We were basically at 0 a couple episodes ago. But for maple, specifically maple syrup, we're still waiting on these trees to grow up. We still have another few days. But it does look like having this little pool of water here is actually helping these trees to not dry out. Although we have this one guy who he can't quite reach that. We are still pretty low on maple syrup. We had 3 in here for a split second, but it seems like they went and collected it. This guy's working overtime collecting all the maple syrup. We are up to 13,000 water in total. In Valley High they have 5.8 thousand. They have quite a bit, and we haven't even turned on this water pumper. But if we do need water, which I highly doubt, then we could turn this on and start pulling from this reservoir. Hopefully in the next 1 or 2 wet seasons we can continue to fill it up, maybe all the way to this level. Looks like these carrots are ready for the pick-in, although we're maxed out on almost every food except for sunflower seeds. Oh, I guess we are, because we just don't have as much storage over here, which we haven't assigned any of these So we can put these on sunflower seeds just to get the capacity up a little bit. They are finally going up in planks in this district. And since they're not working on anything, we can look at getting the next monument set up. So we'll put that one right here. We can also start unpausing this water wheel and start constructing some of these other ones. Back in this third district, it looks like we have a good amount of food and water set up. So I think this is the perfect time to disconnect this area from the first district and get them established as their own. Now we can get the second district crossing, but we want to get it constructed first. And we can also look at transferring some beavers, although do they have any wood? So they don't have any wood right now, but they have some trees that they can chop down here. And then we can also unpause these. We'll probably want to high prioritize one of the smaller buildings. It takes less logs for them to construct that. And then we can get a few beavers sent over. With 25 unemployed beavers, we won't be losing too much when we send them over to this third district, but it's labeled District 4 because I put one down and deleted it. So we're just going to send 6 beavers over, and we have no babies. There are no babies in either districts. That is kind of surprising, honestly. But we'll just stick with 6 for now. And they don't have anywhere to sleep, unfortunately. But we do have some builders, and we can bump that up to 4. Where are the beavers working? Oh, they're all in this. Okay, let's drop that to 1. We'll leave all the beavers here. We do want to get a couple lumberjack flags. We'll leave this as a lower priority. And then we have to mark all these trees to get chopped down. In fact, we should probably make a third one because since there's no wood over here, these beavers aren't really doing a whole lot. Although we should check what the distribution is like, because we will want to have stuff delivered over here, but we need to check what is being delivered. This is when you need to be aware of what the export and import thresholds are, because we don't want to export up to 80% of our bad water from Mountainville, or of our extract. So we're going to bump that up, and then we're going to start bumping quite a few of these up. We do want to make sure that all of these are set to not exporting. It looked like they were set to export goods without restrictions. Back in Mountainville, the bots are working hard, and they have made some good progress on getting a lot of these platforms and some of these levees constructed. There is no shortage of planks or logs in this district, so if we go ahead and place a few extra around here, and that should give them the ability to construct these levees a little bit faster. And we built these large warehouses just a couple episodes ago, and it looks like 2 of them are already completely full, and we're full of wheat over here, which probably means that this grist mill is working at full capacity. So they have a lot of wheat. And how are we doing on bread? Oh, we have so much bread. We are short on maple pastries, but that's because of maple syrup, not wheat. We might need to get another grist mill in the future, but it seems like right now we're doing pretty dang good. Looks like we just had some of these trees not get enough water, so we're going to turn on these 2 fluid dumps, and I'm very much keeping an eye on water, but we're in an excellent spot this episode. 4.4 thousand for this district, so we are not in trouble in terms of water shortage. Now I don't know why he's sitting here, unless, oh, the haulers are bringing him water. Badwater is still doing fantastic. You can see we have literally every single one of these storages for Badwater is full. And do we have any bots sitting around? We do, so we can go ahead and pause this guy. These 3 are running, but we'll see if turning one off will make any difference. If not, we can start pausing some of these again. Planks are still looking good. and we're using quite a few over here, but not too bad. But we are actually out of wood, so let's change the distribution around in this district. So Valley High, we want them to export wood. We're going to go down to 50%, and then in Mountainville we will have them import if needed, and we can move their export threshold up to 25% because we have, yeah, we can hold up to 5,700 wood in this district, so I don't think we'll ever get anywhere near close to that. But now it wouldn't be a bad idea to increase the amount of haulers or amount of workers in this district crossing, and since we have so many unemployed beavers, we can max those out. We can look over here in this district. We have 4, but looks like some of them are sitting on their butts. And then we have a couple vacant jobs, which are the builders. It seems like they're doing a pretty good job. And now we have all these houses constructed with 16 vacant beds, so they should begin to expand their population over time. But we're not in a huge rush to make it a big population right off the bat. We don't have a water source right now or a food source other than Mountainville supplying them with resources. Looks like wood is going up a little bit, and that is probably thanks to all these beavers who were shucking it back and forth between the two districts. We still have 1.7 thousand wood over here, and it's not dropping a whole lot even though we're exporting the vast majority of it to this other district. We only have 0.4 days left until the drought is over, and we are doing fantastic on water in this district, and over in Valley High doing great as well. As soon as the bad tide is over, we can start raising this up, but we'll want all the bad water to clear out first, and we can go ahead and start pausing some of these fluid dumps. And the bad tide has ended. The beginning of cycle 19 has begun, and I am seeing that this area is drying out, and I am not entirely sure why. Maybe it's because the water level has dropped a little bit and there's this ridge that kind of blocks irrigation from getting over here. Plus we have some showers that were probably using up some of the water. But this bad water diverter has cleared out almost immediately, so we can go ahead and start unpausing these. And we're still waiting on a little bit of bad water to clear out here, so we can turn these on. I wonder if we built a small little outgrove in here, if it would push the water through here a little bit faster. That might help us clear the bad water up. We can try just doing, oh, that's a little bit too many. We'll see if 2, I don't think that would restrict the water flow all too much. The water is flowing through here. It's a little bit hard to see, but it's going down into this area, and then it's filling all this up right here. Although I realize that I have all this is levees, which that's not what I want. I'm going to want some of these to be dams. So we're going to replace a few of them with dams. 5 should be plenty to allow the water to escape out. Looks like we're up to 200 wood in this district, so we're not short on wood anymore, which is fantastic. And the bots are continuing to construct all this. Man, they have all these platforms in, which is pretty dang cool. Back in District 3, they are doing great. Let's take a look at them. They have a good amount of water. Since the builders aren't working on anything right now, I do want to get some floodgates and levees set up over here, but the problem is that this is higher than 3 tall, and right now if a bad tide comes through, I don't want to have some standing bad water in here. I want to be able to divert it somewhere else, which means that I think that I would like to do some sort of bad water diversion, and that would start right here, and then we'd have maybe blast out some of this back here and just have the bad water spill out in this direction. And there's not much over here, although this is a small pool, which means this would fill up with bad water if I wasn't careful about restricting where the bad water flows. So I think we're going to fill one of these up with dynamite, and then we also need to get some extract storage. We're just going to start with 2 small ones for now. You can see the bots are working ahead like I was hoping, so they're starting to build some of these levees over here, and they can reach that from this area without having to wait for all of these to be constructed. And if we just continue that all the way around here, really we could just do it like this, and then that should enable them to work on some of these ones. Oh, it has been a few days and I have completely forgotten about this. So we're gonna do this and then have the water start backing up, because you can see that this is all dried out since I turned on these water pumpers and I forgot to sync this back up. Now we can actually start collecting some water, and then as soon as it starts flowing over here, then I can raise this up a little bit, and then we can have some not bad water, we can have some water pumping through these mechanical fluid pumps and start filling up the reservoir a little bit more. And pretty shortly these mechanical fluid pumps should start working. It looks like just the tip is in the water, and now it can start pumping some more water up here. And we have the water wheels set up. I forgot about those. Let's get the last couple set up. They aren't constructing anything else in this district other than this monument, and it looks like we're getting pretty close to finishing it. They are going down in logs, so we're going to start unpausing some of these jobs. Just make sure that we don't lose too much wood. So we are now constructing this path to get us all the way down here, and then we will be able to get up here and put some dynamite in, and then we can form a little channel going here to make sure that when we eventually have the bad water spilling out the backside, that it doesn't go anywhere that we don't want it to go. We will let the beavers start working on all this. We have some good stuff for them to work on, but it'll take them a little while to go one at a time, building all that out and then constructing all the dynamite. And it looks like they finished constructing this. That is fantastic, which means we can start constructing these large water pumps. And it's a bit of an overkill, but yeah, because are we maxed out on water? Yeah, we are maxed out on water, but we will not have a water problem again. So now we're getting even more storage set up, and since we have these 3 bad water pumps, which we can switch, well, we shouldn't switch them to bots because we don't have any workers. And now we're actually short on beavers working in this district. We have 14 vacant jobs, and a lot of those are over here, but we can reduce how many workers we have. And this is something that we can bump up during the droughts and the bad tides. It does seem like the amount of bots we have is actually dropping a little bit. We have 128, and we'll keep an eye on that. If that changes and goes down, then we can bump this guy back up or prioritize them by haulers. That also could have something to do with how much extract the beavers had. And before they were working more efficiently, but now since there's no catalyst, that they have a decreased working speed. And that could also go to the same for punch cards. So these beavers aren't working quite as efficiently, and then it's a downward spiral, so since they don't work as efficiently, they produce less punch cards. And fewer punch cards, then all the bots don't work as efficiently. On the bright side, we do have all these maple trees have grown up, and these trees. But it looks like we never marked them to get chopped down. Shocker. Well, these beavers are doing pretty good on wood, although I think we would need to... Oh, it looks like that these bots, or beavers, should be able to chop down all this wood. You can see the beavers are starting to construct all of this. They made their way down here, and we can also... Okay, it looks like this guy can reach these trees over here, which was the next thing that I was going to look at. But these guys have up to 200 wood, and they're doing good on water. Food, they only have grilled potatoes. Let's take a look at the exports and the imports. In Mountainville, we are going to reduce some of the export thresholds, That way they can send some food over to this district right here. 70% threshold for all these foods should be enough to sustain this third district. And then they have imports always on for all these. That is exactly what we want. And with that, I think that is an excellent point to wrap up today's video. We got a lot done. We populated this third district, which we still have not named yet. So please leave a comment down below what you think we should name this district. We have a few things that we could look at for their personality if we want to have kind of a theme. We have the dynamite here, and there's going to be the bad water diverter that will push the bad water over here. We have this little valley that we are going to eventually dam up a little bit and put some floodgates in, and that'll be kind of a little mini reservoir and a lake over here. We will be getting some trees planted. I don't know where exactly. Maybe we'll keep the trees over here and the food over here, but that is for another day. And we have all this scrap metal here, which we will be collecting at some point. So take all that into consideration when coming up with your names, or not. You don't have to. This is whatever you guys want. And beyond that, we also finished this other reservoir, and we have these 3 large water pumps set up. Turned out really well. I'm really satisfied with how it looks. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and a comment. I will be reading all of them, and we'll probably leave the naming contest open for another couple days. So be sure to leave a comment. And with that, we will see you in tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching.